So if someone is married, so by default, that situation becomes a situation of closeness. So how can in that situation we can avoid from becoming a cage?
Why does each marriage have to be a replica of a million others? Between you and your partner, define what marriage is going to mean for you. Why must closeness imply clinging? I'm asking. Why must that be the norm? We are limited beings, and limitation means boundaries. Spend quality time with each other and then leave each other free, both physically and psychologically. Any successful marriage will have boundaries, and if you don't know how to respect those boundaries,
Namaskar, Acharya ji.
ji.
I'm Dr. Rakshit Daya. I'm final year student in Lady Hardy Medical College. So my question is from chapter 67 named When Closeness Becomes a Cage. So if someone is married, so by default, that situation becomes a situation of closeness. So how can in that situation we can avoid move it from becoming a cage? How can we avoid it from becoming a cage, sir? And especially if the other partner is not interested in any kind of spirituality or anything.
You see, marriage, we understand it's a ubiquitous, almost a compulsory institution for most people. But still, there is a lot of room within it for you to define the nitty-gritties, the intricacies, right? So marriage is a very broad framework, and you must exercise your right to define its internal contours. The chapter you are quoting says, "Let closeness not become a cage." Now, why can't you define closeness within marriage? Why does each marriage have to be a replica of a million others? Between you and your partner, define what marriage is going to mean for you. Why must closeness imply clinging? I'm asking. Why must that be the norm? Why must that mean that the two have to stick together all day? Let there be protocols. Simple, direct, loving protocols. If you call me up and I don't respond, don't ring me again and again. Give me half an hour at least. Why should it be necessary that the two necessary cohabitate the same room? Why should that be a compulsion? I'm asking. Fine, you're married. We wish you be a happy couple. But why does being a happy couple mean that you are continuously seen in physical proximity of each other? Is that a scriptural command? I'm asking. Do the scriptures anywhere necessitate that? Do they? You see, please understand. We are limited beings, each one of us, and let's honor that fact. And limitation means boundaries. To be limited is to have a boundary. Any successful marriage will have boundaries. And if you don't know how to respect those boundaries, be it a commercial partnership, be it a friendship, be it a marriage, or even the relationship between parents and kids, they'll fall apart. So get rid of the romantic notion that the two of us have now dissolved into each other and therefore there are no boundaries. If the two of you dissolve into each other, there would only be conflict, because the fact is that each one of us is indeed limited. As they say, good fences make good neighbors. We think that applies only to neighbors or relative strangers. No, that applies to any two human beings. You must know where to stop. You must know that. You cannot be at the other all the time. Spend quality time with each other and then leave each other free, both physically and psychologically. Don't demand or expect that you would be present in the other's mind all the time. Each one of us has a big sky within us. And it is futile, rather exploitative, to expect that you would dominate the other's internal sky totally, though that's what is expected in the name of love. And the other starts gloating when you tell that, I have been thinking continuously of you throughout the day. If that is happening, that is rather sick. That means you have nothing purposeful to do in life except thinking of someone of the other gender in an emotional way, in a romantic way, fundamentally a sexual way. Let there be well-defined limits. I often question the very concept of the double bed itself. Why must there be this kind of a compulsion to sleep together? Meet when the weather is fine. Otherwise, you have your life to live and you have your own room to live. Even being in the same house, why should it make it a compulsion to continuously snore by the other side? And who likes that? Nobody can enjoy that. But that has become some kind of an institution. The double bed is an institution. And just habitually and compulsorily sleeping together is a ritual. When that will happen, then marriage is nothing but a burden. And that's why we have so many husband-wife jokes. No? Because the two are always at each other's throat, trying to dominate each other, possess each other, own the other, control the other. See, the only genuine relationship two human beings can have, irrespective of gender or whatever, is friendship. Let's face it. Right? Apart from friendship, no relationship can have deep foundations. The thing will be shaky. The thing will be seasonal. And friends give ample room to each other. They are available. Right? But not dominant. Yes, I'm available. But I'm not omnipresent. We want to play gods and goddesses to our people, our partners. We want to be omnipresent for them, right? Carry me as your wallpaper. I mean, everything. Everything. Let's eat together, this, that.
Call me 5 to 10 times.
Huh?
Call me 5 to 10 times in a day, and every time think of me.
You see, if you want that kind of freedom, also learn to give the same freedom. Right? The deal is mutual. The one who tries to dominate you is offering to be dominated in return. Reject the deal. Say, I don't want to dominate you, nor will I allow you to dominate me, and that is what is called really love. Love does not mean that you are defined by the other. that some person becomes the very center of your life. That is not love. No person in the entire universe, living or dead, is big enough to become the center of your life. No single person has that kind of worth. No. And then we are not talking about the avatars and the great scientists and the age defining personalities over here. We are talking of simple couples, right? Obviously the one you are with is a very, very common, very ordinary individual. Does not deserve in any way to become the center of your universe. And one should have that kind of humility. Even if your partner says or tells you that you have become my life, refuse. Who are we to become somebody's life? Gods? Who are we? And the moment you accept that, even if silently, somebody comes to you and says, you are my life, you are my God, you are everything, and you accept that, that's the moment the other will start expecting and dominating. She'll say, since I have handed over everything to you, therefore now I have to guard you. Because you carry all that I have. Since you carry all that I have, I'll have to be very possessive about you. So even if someone is willingly trying to submit himself or herself to you, see that as dangerous. And refuse. No, 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 no. I don't want your life. Yes, we can be friends, good friends. Let our friendship be very, very deep. But don't surrender to me. Don't say I am your Lord or your life. No, I am not. I don't deserve to be. And in the same breath, you too don't deserve to be my life. Yes, you'll be a very important part of my life. But you can't be the center of my life. Nobody deserves to be the center of anybody's life.
Thank you.